Kare Anderson. I was a journalist most of my life in Europe, doing features and trends and interviewing people about their backstory for the Wall Street Journal. And I've been speaking and writing about quotability, collaboration, and connective communication the last few years. But some of the things that we can do as a setup is to understand a conference could be a stronger story. And that means it has an opening scene and it builds up to a climax and a denouement. And one thing that vacations and colonoscopies have in common is that if there's a part at the end that is especially exciting or not bad, they've had a study that said if the colonoscopy instrument is left in for a moment so it's not uncomfortable, though the rest might have been, that people think the whole experience was okay. You have 3 bad days on a vacation, but the last day is great, then you like the whole thing. So I'm saying if you're running a conference, what's the opening scene? And that means when I'm waiting in line to get my badge. Is there some kind of mimic group going on, some entertainment, something I can watch? Did I walk down the hall and listen to overheard conversations at my ear level that have been taped ahead of time? What pulls me in, makes me start to talk to people and participate? And then what's the climactic moment we're all gathered together when we've had interactive sessions that may be smaller, but someone on the stage or an ensemble is talking to each other and to us and inviting us to comment? And where are the memory walls where we get to talk? But when we leave, instead of it sort of walking out by myself with my roller bag, do I get a souvenir? Is there something happening where we share some last thing? Is there a way I can continue the conversation all year long? So storyboarding are all the sessions with a stronger thread. When people ask me to speak, I say, tell me and all the other speakers that you want us to tell you 3 tips from our talk, and that we are required, when we hear all those tips ahead of time from all the speakers, to make a reference to at least 2 other speakers during our talk. So throughout the conference, every speaker is referring to each other in some way to reinforce the threads that weave together the central storyline. I believe it all starts with a thread. Do we have a thread to our conversation? Can we see it unfold? Can I participate in it? Like Peter Guber says in Tell to Win, is there a participatory, purposeful narrative? So storyboarding is the way that the meeting planner literally plans the step-by-step multisensory cues and interactions that we experience through the byways and the highways of the conference. Storytelling itself, another overused word perhaps, is there a central thread? Is there an opening scene? Is there a way to overcome some problem or see some opportunity that the meeting planners are setting up for us? And with that happening, is there a way we all engage in participating for solutions and learn from each other? Well, if the more specific the theme, ironically, the better the ideas that come out of it. So the theme might be picking some major opportunity or problem that's meaningful to the people in the organization. And then having some ideas about the kind of topics you want, but also saying, if this is a problem or the opportunity, what do you as speakers propose, and see what comes in. And have a variety of formats as you guys are doing so well, and say, choose which format you as a presenter think would be good. Do you want to be in conversation with someone? Do you want it to be a mini charrette? Do you want to present? So we get involved in co-creating the suggestion as an idea. But once you've selected the speakers, say to them, as I was mentioning earlier, I want you to reference other things that are happening in the conference. So what you say weaves together with what they've heard elsewhere. I want you to think of objects that can be in the room. I'd like you to think of the points of interaction that may continue on after your event, your session. So they may come up with ideas the meeting planner hasn't thought of. And it gets the speaker more prone to want to be a partner with the meeting planner. You also know which speakers don't care and don't respond, and which jump in and they want the chance to participate in creating that story. On the blog, Moving from Me to We, there's about 3 posts I've done about storyboarding. So that'd be a good place to start.